Hey there, welcome back to Unboxd, part of the brand show and a bunch of nerds. My name is Billy, and I want to thank you first and foremost for taking the time to watch this video. Before I go any further, do me a favor. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for me. Make sure to turn on all notifications to be sure you don't miss anything from Pressed, the brand show, or Unboxd, and our latest creation, Nerd Fight. Today, we are here to talk about the new Mezco Fantastic Four, thanks to our friends at I Sell Toys for Fun, where you can save 10% on your first purchase. I know I'm shilling super hard right now, but this is a sponsored video. You can save 10% on your first purchase with Unboxd 10 at iselltoysforfun.com, and every purchase there after your first purchase, you can save 5% with code Unboxd5. See, look, I put the codes right there for you. Isn't that cool? It's great. Anyway, today we are here to talk about the dynamic original foursome from Marvel, Stan Lee's considered greatest creation, and that is Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm, the Fantastic Four from Mezco. And, well, now that I've said it twice, I'm really excited about this one. So this is considered to be a deluxe set from Mezco, and it is something so special, so cool. I've seen reviews, I've seen unboxings, and I said it when we unboxed Dr. Doom at the beginning of the year. First of all, Doom is still considered to be a figure of the year right now, in my eyes, and we're almost into spring. It's actually spring, probably now when you're watching this video. But the Fantastic Four were a companion piece that I needed for this, and this might be one of the coolest box sets of all time. I know, lately I have been just pushing hard on Mezco. I even coordinated my outfit for this one because I'm a big Fantastic Four fan. Don't let the X-Men and Spider-Man cases fool you. If I had to pick one team beyond the X-Men, it would be the Fantastic Four. So I'm going to shut up because it's time to get into this glorious tin of goodness. And, well, seal's already broken, so you can't break a seal on a metal tin. Let's go.
Thanks, Billy. The Fantastic Four was created by that dynamic duo Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and released to the world in November 1961. The release helped usher in the fresh new take on realism in the comic book industry and gave us Marvel's first family. They are a team, a family, and sometimes a downright mess. Their dysfunction and personal issues have made for some complex stories and character arcs that have continued to make them fan favorites for decades. They didn't just stumble upon their powers, they were cosmic pioneers, venturing into the unknown depths of space on a fateful mission. But instead of just bringing back souvenirs, they returned with powers beyond imagination, courtesy of a cosmic raystorm that forever altered their DNA and transformed them into the iconic superheroes we know today. The team consists of Reed Richards, the brilliant scientist known as Mr. Fantastic, whose intellect is rivaled only by his ability to stretch his body to unimaginable lengths. His genius has limits. One of those is magic. To him, magic is just a science he has yet to explore. Sue Storm, the invisible woman whose ability to bend light makes her the master of stealth and strategy, as well as being the most powerful member of the team. Her power also doesn't let her get sunburned. That's nice. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, is the hot shot with fiery powers that can fly and has a nova burst that is 1 million degrees Fahrenheit. He's also been a herald of Galactus. Ben Grimm, better known as the Thing, the muscle, and practically indestructible member of the team, was viewed by Jack Kirby to be somewhat of an alter ego of his, as the two shared a rough but sensitive demeanor and fondness of cigars. And now, back to you, Billy.
All right, here they are, out of the box, and Herbie is wobbling away. This is the Fantastic Four from Mezco Toyz, and, well, it's a cool set. I will say that. It's a great set. But is it fantastic? I don't think so. And there's a reason I don't think it's fantastic, and we're going to get into that shortly here. We're going to go through each and every figure: Thing, Human Torch, Invisible Woman, and Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. You're going to hear why I like certain things and why I don't like certain things. And, well, I'm going to ask you to formulate your own opinion. But if I have to start this out, I would say if you're going to purchase these, wait for them to go on sale. If you had an idea in your head about how the Fantastic Four should look in figures. Not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they don't belong in your collection, but I think these are sale-worthy figures. So let's flip the camera around and talk about them. Okay, so you already know you get the stands. There's 4 of these, so just make a mental note because we're not going back into them. We're going to start this video out and we're actually going to talk about the man himself, Reed Richards. What a cool looking figure. I love that we get the bearded look with him, but we also get a couple other heads and some accessories. Overall, I think this figure is faithful in the sense that it looks very much like comic book style Reed Richards, and Mezco never misses when it comes to sculpts and the head tech, unless it's Wolverine. But I really like this. The only thing I'm having a problem with this is I don't like the more updated modern black gloves and boots. That to me was kind of an aesthetic choice, I guess, that Mezco made because they wanted to do something different. I would have personally gone more with the original whites from issue 3 of Kirby and Lee's run, especially because Kirby and Lee are on the cover in the art. But other than that, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, and the accessories are cool, so let's get into them. This has everything. So first things first, this Reed Richards is fully modular. You can change out his torso piece, as you can see here. Just pop the head right off. Put his neck on, put his torso on here. Now we got to pull the neck piece out. This is kind of silly. Could have just put necks on each. This, if we decide not to, the elongated neck is really cool. It's just a piece of rubber with wire in it with a ball joint at the end, so you can elongate him more. And you also can just put hands on it, so you can put these big hands if you want, or you can put just the regular hands. It's really cool. And you also have extending bendable boots, which is really cool with this. I'm actually going to try to hit eBay just to find another torso or a lower torso to make sure I have 2 versions of Reed, which would be really cool. But I like this. I think this was a great addition by Mezco, and it's one of those things that, you know, when you're trying to get faithful with a figure, that's the perfect way to do it, is to really dive into, you know, their aura. And Mezco really did that. Now, let me put his neck piece back on here, and I'll show you guys the other heads. Obviously, he comes with extra hands, as we can see. So here is his more grinning face. There it is. Very classic. And then we have his scowling face. Fantastic sculpt. Really, really good. Everything about this figure to me is very cool. I'm pretty stoked about it. All right, up next is the lovely wife of Reed Richards and the sister of Johnny Storm. This is Sue Storm. An extremely faithful sculpt. Really, really great. I love these head sculpts. And one thing that I'm a fan of with these head sculpts that people have been complaining about is that she's got too much forehead. But we have a magnetic effect that goes right on the forehead. And then there's an add-on to it, so that way it looks like she's projecting, which is really, really fun. I think this might be one of my favorite pieces in the entire thing, but it also gives me questions because, first of all, if Mezco can do this, why can't we get magnetic hands? I mean, we did a magnetic torso with Doom, magnetic hands. Okay, it's not going to give that much, add that much weight, but here's where things start to get interesting. And let's talk about some of the accessories that come with Sue. You get this incredible invisible shield, okay? This thing is a selling point of the figure itself. It's awesome. It looks great. And you have this whole thing going on where, oh, put this in here, put that in there, and then pose the figure. But the problem is when you put these things on the hands, well, first of all, we're not actually 100% sure how they go on the hands from the directions, because these directions are about as useful as Extreme Set's directions. Yeah, I said what I said. But which hands? I mean, you kind of get an idea, but you're not sure which ones. And then on top of that, the problem is counterbalance. Okay? I don't think the stand is going to be enough to hold this up, let alone the fact that I now have to figure out how to get this on the hand. So I'm going to try really hard right now to get that to stay. So it takes a little bit of pressure. Okay, so that's one. And I was messing with this off camera, and I was having a hard time getting this to stay. So if I get this on, this is going to be a shock. And I get it to stay. So this is going to... Oh, that's not going to stick. Come on. Okay, so it sticks. Now, when we put this on, I swear if this stays. And see, just like that, they both fell off. So it creates a conundrum like, yeah, I want to display her with this effect and then I'll just throw her on a stand, but how am I supposed to do this, Mezco? Make the math. It's not mathing. All right, my man got denied a bank loan today, but he's here. If you get that reference, I appreciate you. Leave me it in the comments. What is that reference? But this is the Human Torch, also known as Johnny Storm. And man, this sculpt is fantastic. I really like it. One other thing I really like about this is that you also have a battery compartment within the head to light up that flame effect. It also comes with an alternate neck, so that way it, keeps the authenticity going, makes it look like he's on fire under that suit. As you can see, there's the extra neck peg and the extra neck. So let's bring in his accessories and take a look at it, because I think he might have some of the best accessories in the entirety of this Fantastic Four set, including this super sweet fireball throwing hand and two really solid human-style Johnny Storm heads. Look at these. These are just awesome. He looks perfect. Like original comic perfect. Like to Jack Kirby standard perfect. And then as you can see, we have the extra hands, the flying hands, we have the holding hands and kind of the open hands there. That's great. And you get this really cool flame effect, which is battery powered and lights up as well. That's cool. I'm a fan of this. Hey, Marvel Legends team, you can take notes on this. This is cool. I'm not going to put him in here. It took me forever to get him in for other shots and then pull him out. So just to kind of give you an idea of what it is, you stand him in there and he just kind of hangs. He really doesn't need a stand. He's got this. But let's talk about why I don't like Johnny Storm for a second here. See this figure? Let's put this aside. Okay, so you could give me an extra body for Reed Richards. You can give me a trench coat, sunglasses, and a fedora for the Thing. Why couldn't you give me a translucent body for Johnny Storm? Like, let's be realistic here. This is the Marvel Legends retro version of Johnny Storm, butterfly shoulders and everything. Great figure. I'm now rethinking selling this figure just because the simple fact that I won't have a Human Torch in this form. But yeah, obviously the head sculpts are not the same. This one's way better, but still, the simple fact that you have that cool translucent Johnny Storm sitting next to your regular Johnny Storm is going to make a difference. But I mean, we get an idea of what he looks like when he flames on, because look at this. You can do this. I am just going to put the fire effects on here and I'm going to show you exactly what he looks like, and I'm going to dive a little deeper into this. So hang with me for 1 second. So as you can see now, he's got his flame effects on. I think this one's supposed to go around the 4 from what I gather, but I don't see how. There's no indentation in the chest that'll allow it. This also could be how I get the back piece on. As you know, with the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four figures, or maybe you don't. There's an actual piece like this that goes on the back, but it also has an indentation in the back to pop it in. It would have been smart of Mezco to do something like that and then just put an indentation in this so that way you can put it on the back. I don't know, though. I don't understand why it doesn't do it, but that's fine. Now, there is one thing I really do like about this, and I'm a fan of this part especially, besides the fireball hands. This is cool. You get fireballs with Johnny Storm. And we talked about this a little bit, but there's an attachment that you can put onto his hand to make it look like he's throwing fireballs. Now, me personally, I'm going to use this for a Super Mario figure to make it look like my Super Mario figures from Jax. I'm really throwing fireballs, but check that out, man. You're getting flambéed by the Human Torch himself. Ouch. All right, before we get to the main event, let's take a minute to check out Herbie, the helper robot. He is absolutely an underrated piece to this entire set. Look at this. He's got his computer in the front. You can open up the compartment. Arms move. His blasters, I guess you could call those, or thrusters move. And then in the back, check this out. You can actually pull things in and out of him, which is really cool. I think that's just a great touch. I don't know if you can open the head. I haven't figured that out yet, but I have figured out that you can do this with the eyes. The eyes do come out more. I'm not sure what happened or how it happens, but I will figure that out. But I just thought it was really cool, and Herbie needed a moment, even though he's an accessory, to be kind of given his flowers, because, man, Herbie is the man. He takes care of Franklin and Valeria. He is a warning signal on adventures for the Fantastic Four, and, man, he is just really cool. He's going to look great on the shelf. All right, now it's time for the main event. This is Thing, and, man, he is the reason you bought this set. I know he's one of the reasons I bought this set. I'm really impressed with this figure. Look at that head sculpt. Just absolutely perfect. Finally, a paint app that looks like Thing. His torso articulation isn't great, and he's single jointed in the arms. But honestly, when you're a big rock dude, I don't think you're going to be able to move around as well as a human figure. Now, here's something that's really cool. He's got great shoulder articulation and range. Look at that. I have never seen a figure have that much range. I like that the shoulder in there is almost butterfly. It's kind of double jointed, if you will, and he's got double jointed knees, and he is just buttery smooth, and he comes with some great accessories too. This is why Thing is the main event. First things first, you got a trench coat for him. So you got a wired trench coat, you have your sunglasses, and your hat. And you know what? For those of us who are Fantastic Four comic book readers, this is a reason to have him because of those early days where he used to just walk around hiding himself. And then when he busts through a door because he had to go save the world, you had this. And that's super cool. I think that's a great touch for him. Now, with that being said, too, I've already started playing with it, as you can see here. This is the Yancy Street sign, and it bends. Isn't that cool? Great detail. Looks like you ripped it out of the ground. This will go great in your figure photography of him just bending a street sign. I have a diorama I will definitely shoot this on with him in trench coat, bent, kind of scowling, bending one of these. And if this is not enough for you, my friends, ready? You also get this super sweet bendable steel garter. And listen, if you're not using this for your Mezco thing, you can be using this with any Hulk figure. This is perfect. It bends, dudes. Look at that. So cool. Great paint on it, too. Well, let's get into his accessories really quick. We get these action effects for punching for his fist hands, which are really cool. So it's always clobbering time with the thing. That's the first thing. Get a bunch of hands. So we get 4 extra hands. So you get kind of those open hands. You get fist hands, as you can see here. And then you kind of get kind of an open, kind of like, come on, kind of hand. Those are cool, too. I like that. And then last but not least, Thing has 4 head sculpts, the most in the entire set. So Thing has his angry face. You know, it's clobbering time. He's got kind of a scowling, grumpy face. He's got his happy face. I'm glad that they did the happy face. That's cool. And last but not least, you kind of got his kind of getting mad face, which is what I put on here just to show him. And honestly, I just think you can't go wrong with this figure. He's that cool. All right, there you have it, my friends. This is the Fantastic Four from Mezco Toyz. Now, I've given you my opinion, and I know you're going to make your own, but I want to drive home one thing. As you can see, I've put Johnny Storm. I just quickly put him in his flame effect. And honestly, this is one of the biggest pain points of the entire set for me is that we don't have a translucent body for Johnny Storm. I love that his head lights up. I love the effects that he comes with, but just imagine how much cooler this would look with an actual translucent Johnny Storm. I feel like, you know what, it's great that they did this set, and you know what, Marvel Legends has more articulation, and it has that animated style look and that comic style look with the actual flame lines through him and so forth like that. Yeah, he has pins, and he's not as well sculpted as this Johnny Storm, which is absolutely incredible, but I have a feeling that this is going to stay in my collection for a long time until Mezco does a Human Torch, because look at the difference here. Yeah, it's not the same kind of toning and color and so forth like that, but he's going to look really cool in this flame effect with my Fantastic Four display. So I guess I'm keeping my Marvel Legends Fantastic Four with the white boots and accents, because as I said, I think that's something that really would have sold this set a lot harder for me is if we had the Fantastic Four #3 suits. And I know some of you were going to meet me in the comments and say, oh, well, the set was already expensive enough, but they were able to give us Reed Richards with the extending body, legs, arms, etc. Why couldn't we have gotten Johnny Storm with the translucent body that you could change between? And last but not least, why couldn't they have done a better job with the actual effects for Sue Storm? I feel like Sue Storm got done dirty the worst in this entire set. And the accessories that you have for her hand are very difficult to actually get on. Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. The actual standout of this set is Ben Grimm the Thing. A lot of people have said that, including myself, and I agree with that. This is the best thing that is ever made. So I think this really warrants part of the price point. You get a bendable Yancy Street sign, you get a bendable steel garter, etc. It's a cool fig. Plain and simple. And, you know, I wish there was more I could say, but this is an awesome set, but I say wait for a sale, if you can find one. Okay, guys, that's all for today. First and foremost, thanks for watching. But if you like this video, make sure to do me the good favor of hitting that like button and meeting me in the comments and letting me know what your favorite Fantastic Four figure from this Mezco set is, or if there's another Fantastic Four figure that you like better. I want to know. This is part of the fun of this actual channel, is us talking to you guys about what we like and what you like. And with that being said, my name is Billy from The Brand Show and a Bunch of Nerds. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel for all music, pop culture, toy unboxings, nerd fights, whatever you want. Right here on YouTube, we have it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.